These are my audience members. Yay. Okay.
Ouch.
Hi, my name is Bethany. Life isn't always the way you think it ought to be. It has twists and turns and surprises all the time. There's also times when things are slow and silent, which can sometimes be worse than the surprises. My first item is acrylic paint. I used to be a really good painter during middle school. Back then, art was my thing, especially painting. Middle school for me was very relaxed. It wasn't until the end of 8th grade that I suddenly stopped my creativity. Nowadays, I paint every few months when spikes of inspiration jump out at me, but my recent paintings are nothing like my old ones. This paint symbolizes a part of me that got shut away when life got difficult and that can only be revived through acceptance of the past and prospect of the future. My second item is a picture of Wallace and Gromit. You may or may not know these characters from an old show in the 90s. This show was the first show I got hooked on, according to my mom. I first saw it on PBS and couldn't get enough of the clay stop motion animation. Wallace and Gromit grew to become some of my all-time favorite characters. Wallace has an obsession with cheese and is adorably simple-minded. Gromit is his mute dog that has all of the brains and the friendship and always knits when he's nervous. This picture is a reminder of innocence and humor brought about from this dynamic duo. My last item is my first Barbie doll. She isn't the most popular or glamorous doll out there, but her flaws, mostly done by me, are part of the reason she is in this presentation. As you can tell, her hair isn't standard Barbie hair. I cut it myself when I was very young before my mom told me it doesn't grow back. She also doesn't have a neck. I got angry one day when I was about 7 or 8 and pulled her head off by accident. She was my favorite Barbie, so I made my grandpa super glue her head back on, but he pushed it down too far and made her neck disappear. I used to be obsessed with Barbies. I had about 60 at the height of my fixation. The summer after I turned 13, a family friend's house burned down. They had 2 little girls, both in elementary school, that loved Barbies almost as much as I did, and lost them all in the fire. I hadn't played with mine in a few years, so I decided to give them to those girls. I kept a precious few that I couldn't part with, and had their house not burned down, I'm sure I would still have all of those Barbies tucked away somewhere. But this doll especially reminds me that you don't have to be perfect to be loved. Sometimes things happen that you don't expect, but it's being loved before, during, and after that makes the differences in life. In conclusion, paint is hope, cartoons are innocence, and Barbies are not perfection. It's not what we do in life that matters, it's how we remind ourselves of who we really are. Thank you.